New Concept Video Sports presents high school sporting events like no other video media outlet in the area. Watch every basket of this game in 40 minutes, then download the video for free. Our sponsors make this possible. Doctors Tim and Lisa Mullally of Crown Point, Oak Partners Wealth and Retirement Management in Crown Point and Valparaiso, Blythe's Athletics in Valparaiso, and attorney Roy Dominguez of Maryville. Today, IHSAA regional action when the 20-4 Kankakee Valley Lady Cougars take on the 26-0 Crown Point Lady Bulldogs in Game 2 of the LaPorte Regional Semifinals. Today's game is made possible by Macaulay Real Estate and broker Linda White of DeMott, Indiana. If you're looking to buy or sell, Linda White can make it work for you. Linda White and Macaulay Real Estate, proud supporters of the Kankakee Valley Cougars, wishing their team the best of luck this afternoon. What we have are two of the region's best in the Crown Point Bulldogs and the Kankakee Valley Cougars. The Lady Bulldogs are coached by fourth-year head coach Chris Seibert. Since coming over from Portage High School and taking over the reins from Annie Akiwa, Coach Seibert has done well with winning seasons in each of his 4 campaigns. But this year is special. With only 3 seniors on the club, the team posted a 23-0 regular season record and walked through the Lowell sectional, defeating their opponents by an average of 35 points. The Bulldogs are tough to defend due to their balanced scoring and are led by Jessica Carruthers, who owns a 22-point average. The Lady Bulldogs have won 18 sectional championships, 7 regional, 4 semi-state, and back-to-back state crowns in 84 and 85 under then the head coach, Tom May. The Kankakee Valley Lady Cougars are a veteran club with 7 seniors leading the way. This blue-collar team might not be the most talented program in the state, but they figure out a way to get it done. In their 4 years at this wheat-filled school, this senior group compiled a record of 79 and 18 and won sectional hardware the past 2 seasons. The Cougars are led by senior Sarah Martin, who averages 16 points per game. The skipper of the Cougars in his first season is Doug Nelson, a 14-year veteran who's well known in the coaching ranks, having had stints at Market Catholic, Hanover Central, and River Forest. Nelson took over the program when Ryan Myers resigned as a girls basketball coach after being hired as an assistant principal at Kankakee Valley. The Lady Cougars have won 11 sectional titles over the years, but would love nothing better than to take home their first regional crown. But their next opponent, the Crown Point Bulldogs, may have something to say about that. High school basketball presented like no other media outlet in Northwest Indiana, when the number 13th ranked Kankakee Valley Lady Cougars take on the undefeated and number 4th ranked Crown Point Lady Bulldogs. Next, an IHSAA Girls High School Basketball Semifinal from LaPorte High School in LaPorte, Indiana. We hope you enjoy the game. The Lady Bulldogs won the tip to open the second game of this 4A regional here at LaPorte High School. And very quickly, a pass from Jessica Carruthers to Lily Stoddard down low. And she scored off the glass in a 2-point lead for Crown Point. Then on the Cougars' first possession, the ball slipped through the hands of Sarah Martin and picked up by Caitlin Phillips. And the Bulldogs are on the attack again. Then receiving the Ellie Van Deel pass before locking in on a tray, it was Alina Santiago and a 5-point Bulldog lead. And they practiced that in pregame warm-ups. Next for the Cougars, a loose ball and a Kankakee Valley foul. And Crown Point will be awarded the basketball. After all of that, a bum foul on Catherine Cavender, and the Bulldogs will have to reload and will have the ball out from the side. Following the miss attempt at the Bulldog end, senior Allie Van Deel picked Sarah Martin's pocket before lining up a tray from the top of the key and nailing it. Then after an official stop of the action, KB had the ball out from under Crown Point's basket. But the quickness of Elena Santiago stealing the inbound before the ball found the hands of Jessica Carruthers underneath, who was fouled then by Carly DeCoke, and she can make this a double-digit lead. Not a good beginning for Doug Nelson and his Lady Cougars. Finally, for Kankakee Valley, Carly DeCoke took the pass from Catherine Cavender and without hesitation put up a 16-footer and dropped it in. And the Cougars are on the board. So far in this quarter, the Bulldogs have out-hustled the Cougars. This time, a second-chance opportunity when Jessica Carruthers drove the ball into the paint and laid it in nicely off the glass between two defenders. And the Bulldogs have the Cougars back on their heels early in this one. Following another Crown Point steal, a foul on Carly DeCoke, and the Bulldogs have the ball out from underneath their own goal. Then on this nice sequence, a nice defensive play by Kaylee Barrett, knocking the ball off the leg of Elena Santiago, and the ball will go back over to Kankakee Valley. Next for the Cougars, a big basket at this point of the game, when Catherine Cavender drove the ball hard, drawing a couple defenders before dishing off to Kaylee Barrett, who lined up a tray and dropped it in. For Crown Point on their next set, it was Jessica Carruthers with a stop and shoot from 17 feet out, and the lead is at 9. Then a KB foul to stop the action, and the Bulldogs will retain possession. Next, it was Allie Van Deel beating 3 defenders on her way to the basket before laying it in off the glass. A nice play by the Crown Point senior. A shot that wouldn't fall, followed by a possession arrow call, and the ball will stay with the Cougars. On the inbound, it was Madeline Swart with the crossover, beating a couple defenders before pulling up, avoiding the charge, and dropping it in. The Bulldogs turned the ball over on their next possession. Then on this next sequence, the Cougars with some nice passing and only a couple dribbles beat the Crown Point pressure when everyone got a touch. That ended with a Carmen Nowak basket, and KB is starting to get in a little rhythm. Next, for the Bulldogs, a drive to the basket and a KB foul will send Jessica Carruthers to the line for 2. The Cougars were able to beat the Crown Point pressure to get the ball across the timeline. Then a near turnover, but a nice recovery when Catherine Cavender picked up the loose ball and got it quickly to Sarah Martin, who laid it in. And the lead is down to 6, the closest the Cougars have been since the outset. Next, a Crown Point one and done, and KB can inch closer with a basket. Then after all of that, a KV foul with 7.4 seconds remaining in the first will send Allie Van Deel to the charity stripe for a couple. Following one period of play from LaPorte High School in LaPorte, Indiana, the Crown Point Lady Bulldogs lead the Kankakee Valley Lady Cougars by 8. Back after this, from broker Linda White and Macaulay Real Estate in DeMott, Indiana. Since 1974, Macaulay Real Estate has provided superior service by understanding your personal real estate needs. Whether you're a first-time buyer or seller, Macaulay Real Estate at 817 North Hellick Street in DeMott, Indiana is the place to visit. Contact broker Linda White at 219-987-4499. Macaulay Real Estate and Linda White are proud supporters of your Kankakee Valley Lady Cougars. The Bulldogs had possession to open second quarter play, leading by 8. Then 8 seconds into the quarter, Lily Stoddard was fouled going to the hoop by Courtney Sizemore, and will head to the line for a pair. On the Cougars' first possession, the ball was knocked out of bounds a couple times, so KB will try again this time, inbounding the ball from the side. The inbound went to Sarah Martin, who was fouled by Allie Van Deel on the shot, and she'll head to the line for a couple. For the Bulldogs, it was Jessica Carruthers taking the pass at the top of the key, then zigzagging her way through traffic, and she laid it in off the glass. Before KV could get into their offense, a traveling violation, and the Bulldogs are on the attack again. Then a drag to the basket, a one and done, and a Kaylee Barrett rebound. Next, it was Sarah Martin beating her defender, taking it hard to the hole, then laying it in left-handed. Back for the Bulldogs, a couple attempts that missed their mark. A loose ball that went out of bounds off the Cougars, so Crown Point will retain possession. Next, a tray attempt that was strong. A KB rebound. and now the Cougars are on the attack. Once down court, a shot that rolled off the rim was grabbed by Courtney Sizemore, who put it back up and in. And the Crown Point lead is down to 6 and a timeout on the court. We would like to thank our sponsors for today's free download. Doctors Tim and Lisa Mullally of Crown Point. Oak Partners Wealth and Retirement Management in Crown Point and Valparaiso. Blythe's Athletics in Valparaiso. And attorney Roy Dominguez of Maryville. Following the timeout, the Bulldogs had possession. And they got the ball down low to Ellie Van Deel, who was fouled, and will head to the line for a one-and bonus. Ellie missed her attempt and a KV rebound. Then an unforced turnover and a high pass will give Crown Point another opportunity. Following uneventful trips up and down the court by each team, it was Ellie Van Deel on the receiving end of an Alina Santiago pass, and she laid it in easily. Then at the other end, a tray attempt that was off the mark. But right there for the rebound and putback was Lily Stoddard. And each time KV pulls close, the Bulldogs kicking in gear to keep their distance. But Kankakee Valley got down quickly, and taking the bounce pass was Courtney Sizemore, who was fouled on the shot, and she'll head to the line for a couple. On the inbound, it was Alina Santiago with a pass to Ellie Govert, and she got in on the scoring column with the lay-in. Getting the ball down quickly were the Cougars. Then taking the pass and being fouled was Catherine Cavender, and Kankakee Valley will have the ball out of bounds. Next time down for Crown Point, a KV foul on Samantha Martin will send Lady Bulldog Lily Stoddard to the line for a double bonus. The Cougars had 3 opportunities on their last trip, but couldn't convert, and a Crown Point rebound. Next, a rare traveling violation on the Bulldogs will give the ball back to Kankakee Valley. On the Cougars' next set, a second chance rebound, a loose ball, and another possession arrow call, and the ball will stay right here. Again, before Kankakee Valley could get into their offense, a tough pass, another turnover, and the Bulldogs once again have a chance to extend their lead. Back down for Kankakee Valley. A nice Catherine Cavender pass to Sarah Martin, who was fouled going to the hoop, and a chance to get the deficit under 10 again. Back for Crown Point, it was Jessica Carruthers fouling her screen and laying it in off the glass, and the Bulldog lead is back up to 11. Next time down for KV, a loose ball that was grabbed by Alina Santiago. Then a foul on KV's Sarah Martin, and we'll walk to this end for a couple more free throw attempts. Quickly down came the Cougars. Another tough pass and another KV turnover. And you can't continue to lose opportunities against a team like Crown Point. On the inbound, a drive to the basket, and a shot that was no good. Then another that was off the mark. A KV rebound, but the ball was knocked away and picked up by Lily Stoddard. And she was bailed out with 9/10 of a second left on the clock. And she'll head to the line for a couple. What a way to end the half for Kankakee Valley. One half of play, the Crown Point Bulldogs lead the Kankakee Valley Cougars by 14. Back with second half action after this. Oak Partners Incorporated in Crown Point and Valparaiso provide comprehensive investment consulting services with the goal of increasing their clients' wealth and protecting their financial future through professional guidance with a personalized investment strategy. The staff at Oak Partners believes that investing in today's markets require discipline, knowledge, and professional experience, and they have their clients' trust to deliver prudent advice and help maximize their returns. Since 1974, Macaulay Real Estate has provided superior service by understanding your personal real estate needs. Whether you're a first-time buyer or seller, Macaulay Real Estate at 817 North Hellick Street in DeMont, Indiana is the place to visit. Contact broker Linda White at 219-987-4499. Macaulay Real Estate and Linda White are proud supporters of your Kankakee Valley Lady Cougars. Leading by 14, the Bulldogs have the opportunity to extend their lead to open second half action. A shot from behind the arch went off the rim, and a stop the Cougars needed. But the quickness of Elena Santiago once again paid dividends when she read the pass, stole the ball, and laid it in. Nice read by the Crown Point sophomore. Then at the other end, it was senior Catherine Cavender grabbing the loose ball and taking it to the hole for the score, matching the effort of the Bulldogs early in this period. unproductive trips at each end of the court. A foul on Cougar Madeline Swart, and the Bulldogs will try again. This time it was Jessica Carruthers from downtown, and the Bulldogs are beginning to pull away. On the inbound, a bump foul on Elena Santiago, and KB will have to reload. The Bulldogs continue to pressure the ball backcourt, but this time Kaylee Barrett took the pass and drove to the hoop where she was fouled, and will head to the line. Nice defensive play by Kankakee Valley with stopping the Bulldogs on their last two possessions, and a chance to chip away at this lead. For the Bulldogs, it was Caitlin Phillips taking the pass in the corner, locking it on a tray and nailing it. And a Doug Nelson timeout, trailing now by 20 with 4:22 left in the period. We would like to thank our sponsors for your free download of today's game. Doctors Tim and Lisa Mullally of Crown Point. Oak Partners Wealth and Retirement Management in Crown Point and Valparaiso. Blythe's Athletics in Valparaiso. And attorney Roy Dominguez in Maryville. Next, it was Sarah Martin taking the pass at the elbow. Then one dribble later, split a couple defenders and laid it in for the basket and won. Then another defensive stop by KV when Madeline Swart grabbed the loose ball, then took it coast to coast where she was fouled on the lay-in, and she'll head to the charity stripe for a couple. On Crown Point's next set, a KV foul on Courtney Sizemore. Kankakee Valley's fifth, and the Bulldogs will have the ball out from underneath their own goal. Then on the inbound, a perfect Lily Stoddard screen, followed by an Alina Santiago bounce pass, with Jessica Carruthers, who finished off the play with the basket. Back down quickly came the Cougars. Then a tray attempt that went off the front of the rim. But they're cleaning it up for KV as Catherine Cavender with the putback. Following a one and done for the Bulldogs, the Cougars were on the run. Then a shot by Madeline Swartz that was no good. The loose ball was grabbed by Swartz, who shot it up again. And this time it dropped for the basket and one. Following the free throws, the Cougars added a little pressure on the inbound. Then with under a couple minutes left in the third, a KV foul and the Bulldogs will have the basketball. This time a great move by Allie Van Deel, losing a couple defenders before dropping in the jumper off the glass. For the Cougars, a one and done. An Allie Van Deel rebound, and she quickly got it to Jessica Carruthers running the floor. And she was fouled on the shot and will head to the line. For the Cougars, a nice play by Courtney Sizemore, diving after the loose ball, then getting it over to Catherine Cavender, who fired it to Sarah Martin, and she took it the distance. Next, a Bulldog turnover that led to another KV field goal when Sarah Martin took the pass, then laid it in. But at the Bulldog end, another loose 50-50 ball that was grabbed by Jessica Carruthers, who dropped it in with a half a second to play in the quarter. The Bulldogs look impressive this afternoon and lead at the break by 15. Back after this.
Hello, my name is Dr. Tim Mullally.
And I'm Dr. Lisa Mullally.
We're the founding members of Indiana Sports and Medical Science Institute out of Crown Point, Indiana.
We offer both family practice services and sports medicine services. We see patients from age newborn all the way through geriatrics. If you're in need of a sports medicine physician or just a family doctor, give us a call today. We have same-day appointments. We hope to hear from you.
Since 1974, Macaulay Real Estate has provided superior service by understanding your personal real estate needs. Whether you're a first-time buyer or seller, Macaulay Real Estate at 817 North Hellick Street in DeMont, Indiana is the place to visit. Contact broker Linda White at 219-987-4499. Macaulay Real Estate and Linda White are proud supporters of your Kankakee Valley Lady Cougars. The Bulldogs have a comfortable lead heading into the fourth quarter, leading by 15. And on their first possession, a one and done. And the Cougars need to step it up. Then on Kankakee Valley's first offensive set, the ball was knocked out of bounds a few times, but eventually was inbounded. Then a shot from behind the arch that was off the mark, and a Crown Point rebound. For the Bulldogs, a traveling violation, and KV will try again. Leading by 15, the backcourt pressure continues for Crown Point. Then on the inbound, a quick Lena Santiago foul. And with KV in the bonus, Carmen Nowak will be at the line for a one and bonus. Then at the Crown Point end of the court, a traveling violation and a chance for the Cougars to inch closer. Once Kankakee Valley got the ball down, a quick tray attempt missed its mark. Then on the rebound, a Cougar foul, and the ball will go back over to the Bulldogs. Next, a foul on Aubrey Topin to stop the action. Then on the second attempt, the Cougars played it well when Carmen Nowak intercepted the inbound, but her shot was blocked out of bounds, awarded to KV. Finally, the ball was tossed to Carmen Nowak out on top, and she took it right to the hooper. She was fouled, and the KV junior will have a pair from the stripe. Next, a foul on the inbound, and we'll head to the other end for some free throws. On the Cougars' next opportunity, a shot that was no good. A fight for the rebound and a whistle. Not sure what was called on the floor, but the Cougars will retain possession. Off the missed shot, Lily Stoddard grabbed the rebound and got it to Jessica Carruthers, who did it all. Beating a couple defenders with a behind-the-back dribble. Then she took it to the basket and fired up a shot that went in for the basket and one. Next time down for KV, a shot that was no good. A fight for the rebound and a possession arrow call. And the Bulldogs will have possession in the slow-moving fourth period. At the other end, another stop in the action with a KV foul, sending Bulldog Alina Santiago to the line. Then after miscues at each end of the court, Courtney Sizemore took the bounce pass and laid it in for the Cougars' 38th point. Following a timeout on the floor, the Bulldogs will have the ball inbounds with 3:43 left in this one. For Crown Point, a pass down low to freshman Lily Stoddard, who was fouled on the shot, and she'll have a couple more from the line. Next, a drag to the basket by Kaylee Barrett, who was fouled. Crown Point's 9th to go with KV's 10, and she'll have 2 from the stripe. Then on Barrett's missed second attempt, Catherine Cavender grabbed the rebound and dropped it in. A nice play by the senior guard. Once the Bulldogs got up court, a foul on KV stopped the action and will send Jessica Carruthers to the stripe. For the Cougars, Sarah Martin grabbed the missed attempt and was fouled on the putback. Allie Van Deel get her turn from the charity stripe. The Cougars are still playing hard, and following some nice passing, it was Sarah Martin with the basket. Next, a foul on Taylor Miller will send Allie Van Deel to the charity stripe. There's no giving up with Sarah Martin on the team as she drove to the basket, then dropped it in. Then for Crown Point, a Carruthers to Stoddard pass down low for the basket and one. The Bulldogs' next offensive chance. It was KV senior Taylor Miller making the steal and getting in the scoring column. A foul on the inbound, and Carruthers will be back to the line. But before the free throw attempts, head coach Doug Nelson pulled a few of his players, including seniors Kaylee Barrett and Sarah Martin. For the Kankakee Valley Cougars, it was a wonderful 4-year run for their seniors. They won 79 games while losing just 19. There's no consolation for a loss, but this group made their mark as Kankakee Valley Cougars, and the hardware they won along the way will fill the trophy case forever. Congratulations to head coach Doug Nelson and his team on their great year and a sectional championship. The Crown Point Bulldogs have something the Cougars had a few years back, a talented group of young athletes that'll be around for a while. Freshman Lily Stoddard and Jessica Carruthers, and sophomore Alina Santiago, among others. Coach Chris Seibert has to be smiling on the inside because his undefeated team is not done yet. They knocked off the Penn Kingsmen in overtime to win the championship game of this regional and will meet the also undefeated Hamilton Southeastern team next Saturday right here at LaPorte. That should be a good one. Congratulations to each of these teams for a fine year, and good luck to the Crown Point Bulldogs, and the region is wishing you the best of luck. We would like to thank Ed Gilliland and LaPorte High School for their hospitality on this afternoon. For New Concept Video Sports, this is Bob Guerrero.